Good afternoon. I am Jayendra, currently pursuing PGDM bypass in Shiva Shivani Institute of Management, Kompally. I am here to review ONGC, Oil and Natural Gas Corporation Limited company. First of all, why ONGC? As it is a leading public sector undertaking which produces over 1.26 million barrels of oil equivalent per day, and it also contributes 75% of the India's domestic production. And I want to know that how does it take up its valuations with low operational expenses and high profitabilities. So I have chosen this company. Its name is ONGC, Oil and Natural Gas Corporation Limited, established in the year August 1956. It is a public sector. It comes under oil and gas industry. Uh, its registered office is in New Delhi and corporate office in Uttarakhand. It is traded as ONGC in NSE and 500312 in BSE. Uh, its revenue is about 4,33,532.97 crores, which is nearly US dollars 61 billions, US dollars 61 billions in 2020, and it is at about 33,650 employees as of 2019. And coming to the history of ONGC, it is set up under Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, a visionary, when almost India is written off as the hydrocarbon barren country. And Sri Keshav Dal Malviya laid the foundation of ONGC in the form of oil and gas division in 1955, and later it was converted into Oil and Natural Gas Corporation. ONGC became a publicly held company in 1994 with 20% equity sold to public and 80% with the government of India. And in 2017, government approved the acquisition of Hindustan Petroleum Corporation by ONGC. Uh, then coming to next, uh, these are the branches of ONGC. Like it consists of headquarters, register office, headquarters in Delhi, register office in Uttarakhand, and coming to uh, Goa. These are all institutions. And next, shareholding pattern. Uh, in this company, the major shareholding is done held by promoters like 60%, and the next one is foreign financial institutions held 8%, and 18% is held by domestic institutional investors, and 14% is held by public. So, as of yesterday, the share value of ONGC is 64.80. Coming to the NSE prices, the blue line indicates open, and red line is high, and ash color is low, and closing price is indicated as green color. As we can see, there are no major the prices in an increasing format. There is no increasing format, and there are the open and close are in the same for 5 years, like opening in the same price and closing in the same price. And coming to the market share, it is a public sector company which held 25% of the market share in India, and it also held 51.51 shares in HPCL, uh, and the rest of are distributed among financial institutions, publics, and other investors. Uh, Next, so these are the management. The functional directors are Shashi Shankar, Chairman and Managing Director, Finance Director, and Alka Mittal, HR Director, and there are other government nominee directors like Rajesh Agarwal, who's the member of parliament, comes under additional secretary and financial advisor, and Aparnath, joint secretary, he is also a member of parliament, and independent directors like Amitabh Bhattacharya, information commissioner. Uh, Next, the products of ONGC. Coming to the products, the major products are crude oil, natural gas, ethane, kerosene, motor spirit, and aromatic rich naphtha. The segment revenue breakup is major revenue is from crude oil and natural gas, and the rest produces less than 10%. Uh, Next, coming to the major competitors of Oil and Natural Gas Corporation is Bharat Petroleum, Indian Oil Corporation Limited, and Reliance Petroleum Limited. Coming to the customer segment, corporate countries, other countries, individuals looking to fulfill energy needs, and the target group is enterprises looking for energy for production, people for petrol, diesel for vehicles and domestic uses, and position of ONGC. ONGC is positioned as the future of India's energy, uh, and some of its future plans are investment in regasification terminal. Uh, it is planning to invest in regasification terminal with the total capacity of 5 to 10 mmtpa as a envisaged in perspective plan 2030. Uh, ONGC also already taken a concrete step in this direction by setting up a 51 megawatts wind farm in Gujarat. Uh, it also a gas-based urea fertilizer plant in Tripura is in active consideration by ONGC. Uh, Next, coming to the marketing mix of ONGC. First, products. As we all already talked, that crude oil, natural gas, petroleum gas, kerosene, and other products. These are sold by ONGC to the refineries, which further uses them to produce gasoline, diesel, kerosene, uh, cooking gas, and for domestic consumptions. And coming to the price, ONGC is a government-owned enterprises. Though ONGC faces competition from other oil companies like Bharat Petroleum, uh, Reliance Industries, Indian Oil Corporation, it prices its products in controlled levels, making a fixed amount of profits from them. Next, coming to place, ONGC do not directly sell the petrochemicals to the final consumers. Uh, in this, they have a step-by-step approach. Oil and Natural Gas Corporation sells the natural gas via bulk marketing channels through Gas Authority of India Limited under the strict regulations and policies of central government. Coming to the promotion, ONGC promotional activities primarily include print media, and it also advertises in televisions frequently. Advertisements by billboards is done on rare occasions. Next, coming to SWOT analysis. Uh, Strengths of ONGC are ONGC is the largest crude oil and natural gas producer. Uh, It has a strong brand name, ONGC, Oil and Natural Gas Corporation. It has a high profit making and high revenue, and has over 30,000 employees, and owned by government, has got strong financial backup. Its weaknesses are being a government organization, slow bureaucratic decisions can reduce efficiency, and intense competition means limited market share growth of ONGC. Coming to opportunities, uh, increasing fuel oil prices, it means higher margins. Uh, it can have higher margins, and where it can produce more, and it can gain more profits, and increasing natural gas market, uh, where it can produce more natural gas, and ONGC can increase business by more oil well discoveries, and expand global export market and have international tie-ups. Coming through the threats of ONGC, government regulations affects business. The major threat is government regulations, and high competition from India as well as global oil companies. Hybrid, hybrid and electric cars can reduce fuel consumption. Fluctuating crude oil prices can affect the business. So this is the SWOT analysis of ONGC. Next, coming to Potter's five force. The first one is bargaining power of buyers is very low, because as we already knew that the prices is held by the government of India, so the bargaining power of buyers will be less, and coming to bargaining power relatively small due to the nature of the market. Buyers are interested in the price and quality of the product, so it is also low. Coming to the threats of new entrants, uh, coming into the oil and industry, uh, there are some major issues like one should held huge capital, and other one is national oil companies control more than 90% of the reserves, and there will be increase of internal competition within the industry. The next one is threat from substitute products. Uh, some of the substitute products are nuclear energy, coal, hydrogen, biofuels, and renewable sources such as solar and wind energy. So these are the threats of oil and natural gas corporations. Coming to the rivalry from existing players, as there are many players in the oil and natural gas corporation, oil and gas industry, competition is significantly intensive as there are internal competition within the industry. Next one is pestle analysis. Coming to the political impact, the first one is importance of local government. There need should be importance to the local government when they have change in any regulations, and change in taxation policies may affect the company, and political stability is the main impact. And coming to environment, it should focus on renewable energies, and coming to economic growth with Indian economy, it need to uh, take the growth in a smooth way, and with skill of workforce, and economic market and price fluctuations are the major economic impacts of ONGC. Coming to social, demographics and lifestyle of individuals as well as corporates, and CSR activities also impact the company. Coming to technological, changing technological, disrupting operations and supply chain integration. These need to be done to make more production, and a strong investment in emerging technologies. If it invests in technology, it can produce as well as it can make more profits. And next is legal. Uh, Different legal rules and employment laws impact the company, which make some problems for trade unions, and pending legal issues. It also makes some issues. And next, coming to strategic objectives of ONGC. The strategic objectives are doubling results, that is aggregating 6 million tons. Out of this, 4 million tons are targeted from the deep waters. And next, improving average recovery from 28% to 40% and tie up 20 mmtpa of equity hydrocarbon from abroad. And the focus of management will be monetize the assets as well as the assetize the money. The next one is BCG matrix, as crude oil is the star, as it consists of high growth rate and high market share. And the next one is question mark. Water spirit has the high market growth and has potential to grow more in future in terms of market share. And the next one is cash cow, natural gas. Natural gas has the high market share and a low growth rate. The next one is kerosene. It is a dog, a low market growth rate and low market share, which indicates the waste of production. And coming to the financials, P&L account of ONGC. The total revenue of ONGC from 2016 to 2019 has quite increased, but coming to 2020, it got reduced from 128.43 crores to 270.87 crores, which actually indicates the profit and the cutoff of 50% from 2019 to 2020. Coming to the ratio analysis, the liquidity ratios like current ratio and quick ratio. Current ratio measures the current assets and current liabilities of the company, where it is less than 1, and quick ratio, which measures the current liabilities, which can pay off its debt without taking additional finance, where it is also reducing in case of ONGC company. And coming to the profitability ratios, gross profit margin is indicated in blue color, and operating margin in yellow color, and net profit margin in red color. As we can see that from 2016 to 2020, uh, it gone down from 2016 to 2020. Coming to the awards, it has received Maharatna status in 2010 and Randstad Award in 2013. It also got Golden Peacock Award in 2014, and it placed in 155th position in Forbes Global for 2000 in 2012. And coming to the CSR activities, it provides more mobile Medicare to its employees, and it also provides computer training to underprivileged youth. Uh, it also provides Project Harit Moksha in Recite of Nature, and it also provides ONGC hospitals. So these are the CSR activities. Uh, Thank you.